My name is Terry Hofford, and this is a series of flaws. As part of my mission to normalize normal bodies in the photography industry, I'm going to be focusing on how to help our clients heal their relationships with their bodies by giving them an amazing experience and beautiful images that will help them correlate that this body helped them do something amazing. Most photographers are taught to see their subjects as a series of flaws to be avoided, but I think we can do better.
Okay, action.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another series of flaws video. I am here with Jazz, and we are going to be doing a beautiful shoot on my beautiful new set, which I'm super excited about. But first we want to talk about a few different things. So first of all, Jazz, I want to thank you for being here. But also, what made you interested in applying to partake in this project?
The amount of people who sent it to me.
Oh, okay, cool. So there was a lot of people that tagged you in it?
About 10.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So why did they think you would be a good candidate for this?
Because I am non-binary, I have skin textures, and I have a physical disability. So they were like, you have so many options.
You're like the perfect intersection of all the things that we were looking for this project. So for yourself, when it comes to seeing yourself represented in photography or media in general, do you find that it's been quite difficult up until recently?
Yes, I find it super difficult trying to find anybody to work with. So
yeah, what has been your experience as far as like when you have worked with other people? Like maybe their intention wasn't to do harm or things like that, but what has been your experience?
With the pronoun thing, I find that people are always misgendering me when I'm in set with them, and I get really frustrated and I just feel super awkward, and I'm just like, maybe this isn't the right person to work with. And then with my skin, I find myself observing people's photography and none of them have what I have.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't make me feel comfortable enough to work with the person.
Yeah, and that's something like just recently that I was like, what am I doing? Like I've been photoshopping this whole time, and that was this series was kind of what spurred me to actually stop photoshopping out the things that we're taught to get rid of, which was the whole premise for this project. But one of my really good friends, who's also a photographer, she's been on this journey to she has acne scars on her face and acne. And she's been one of the best advocates that I've seen, who just is always like adamant that there's no, nowadays you see more bodies, like shape-wise and size-wise, but skin texture is still something that is eliminated in photography, which is why I want to do this, obviously. So yeah, and I think what happens is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like when you have photos taken of yourself and you have a good time, hopefully, at the experience, and then you get photos back and they've maybe removed your skin texture, has that happened to you?
That has not happened yet, thankfully, because I would be like, that's not me.
Yeah.
I am that person with the skin texture, the different skin everywhere, and the scars all over my body. So when I see that, I'm just like, that ain't me. So
yeah, exactly. And I think that that's something that people kind of need to get back on board with. Like we've come to this place in the photography industry, anyways, at least what I've seen, in that it's like, how smooth can we make people, especially women, like females, more so, they're like just like gloss them over so there's no pores, like even pores, and like it's pretty insane. So anybody that has skin texture that's not seen represented, I can understand that would be like quite frustrating to not see yourself represented that way, or think that, like, do you feel that not seeing that represented has impacted your body image of yourself previously? Maybe not now.
Yeah, I find myself not really impacted by that. I wish I saw it more growing up, because I'd be way more comfortable with myself. I kind of made my confidence within myself by myself. So I didn't have any influence in it because internet wasn't a thing yet. So I was like, how do I be confident? And I just woke up one day and I'm like, that's me. It's who I'm gonna be, and no matter what my skin looks like. So
yeah, you learn to just be like, I accept it. It's who I am. So now let's like jump tracks a little bit to speak about being non-binary in the photography industry. And we briefly talked about this when we were going through your wardrobe outfits. I think one of the biggest misunderstandings about non-binary folks is that non-binary means androgynous. And maybe you can clarify that a little bit for people. How the best way you can explain non-binary.
For me, I find it's more how I'm feeling that day. Some days, like today, I put like what I would call my binder on because I'm feeling femme, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want my boobs. So I'm just like, hide it a bit, right? So when I go into photography, I'm like, what does the photographer want that day? Someone told me I looked androgynous one day. I'm like, I didn't even realize that. Like, so what am I, right? Non-binary is a mix of both. For me, at least. It could be for somebody else. It could be different.
And do you feel that that's really important, though, that the photographer, instead of putting on kind of like this, like let's say you had a shoot lined up with somebody at the time, maybe you were feeling more femme, and they were like, cool, this is the idea, this is where we're going, but then that day you were feeling less femme, and then you show up to the shoot. What is that experience like? Is that harder or frustrating if they are unwilling to adapt their idea or expectation of what they were going to shoot?
I normally still go with the idea of what is going on that day. If they tell me what outfit I'm supposed to wear, like they want me to wear, that would be my thing, is I still try to put myself in that headspace of feeling like that, even though I don't really feel comfortable with it.
Okay.
That's why when I came today, I had two options, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is both.
Yeah, so we're going to be, because they felt more to the femme side of things, so we have a sweet bodysuit, which is gorgeous, to wear, but we may also play up the more, I wouldn't say it's masculine necessarily, but I was like, we have all sorts of clients who wear Calvin Kleins all the time, but also a beautiful set which can be utilized. And I think a big part of one of the interesting experiences that I had, I was doing a project last year, I think it was, where I was working with a bunch of trans folks, and actually a lot of those trans folks ended up being non-binary, and that was my first experience photographing non-binary humans. And it was fascinating to me because I had to remove all of the gendered posing that I had learned. Like, we learned very specifically, like, this is how you pose a woman, this is how you pose a man, and never the twain shall meet, or else you'll experience a lot of criticism. And it was a really good experience for me to go through, because I was like, okay, how would I pose somebody just letting them be themselves? Right? And that transferred over to all of my clients now, because while I identify as a female, I don't feel like sexy when I'm being feminine like that. I feel more sexy or confident when I'm like in more masculine poses and like taking up space and all the things we're taught not to do, basically. So yeah, so I think that's kind of what we're going to play around with today. What is one thing that you wish photographers would know when it came to basically any of the things that we talked about, working with a non-binary person, working with somebody with skin texture, working with somebody with a physical disability, invisible disabilities? Like, what is something that you wish photographers knew?
Ask them what your limits are.
Yes.
Because sometimes we're forced to do something that we're not I wouldn't say comfortable with, but something that we can't do, and we have a hard time telling people. Like, maybe the position is too angled weird because our body's acting strange, or trying to cover our skin, but we're not trying to actually cover it. So, and ask people your gender.
Yeah, I think that's something that's like relatively new in the photography industry, like even like questionnaire forms, like what are pronouns and things like that. And not, this is something that I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, and it's not preferred pronouns, it's pronouns. What are your pronouns? Because like previously, like what, about 3 years ago, like people were like, well, maybe if we just say preferred, it'll be more comfortable. And I'm like, okay, I don't think that's how that works, but
it is me.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the main takeaway from all of this is just talk to the person that you're photographing, ask them their comfort level, ask them, because every day is going to be different depending on the person. Even if you have somebody that's able-bodied and whatnot, they may have had a shitty day and may not feel in the mood to be joyful and happy. Like, so communication, I think, is the number one thing, and probably checking in throughout the shoot to make sure the person is comfortable as well. Awesome, perfect. Well, we are going to get to shooting on this amazing set, so stay tuned for that.
Okay. I was kidding.
All right, so for today's shoot with Jazz, I'm going to be shooting with my Canon 5D Mark III, and I'm using the 24 to 105 millimeter lens from Canon. Normally I use the 24 to 70, but that is currently on Jill's camera. So this is what we are using today, and it's gonna be amazing because look at this space. Cool, so we're gonna start by having you stand about here for me, and I'm gonna be shooting from over here. So do you have a hip that's easier for you to kind of pop into than the other? So whichever one's more comfortable, it doesn't really matter for me. Perfect. So what you're gonna do with the knee that's bent, if you can, either push it out or push it in, whichever is easiest for you so you don't tip over. That's the biggest thing.
This means now?
Oh, sorry. So I call this the Candace Schwappanel, you know, from like Victoria's Secret. So this is what she does.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna look towards the window this way. This hand, your left, you're gonna kind of pull up at the side of the bodysuit like, oh no. Yeah, perfect. And hang tight right there. Let me back up without knocking Jill's coffee over.
Oh, it's empty now.
This is gorgeous. Beautiful. Look down to that shoulder for me. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So remember, this lens is not stabilized, so perfect. And then look right here to me. Gorgeous. Look down to the shoulder. Beautiful. And now look to me here. Yes. Oh, hello. What do your finger tattoos say?
Lone wolf.
Oh, I love that. Oh, we're definitely gonna get a shot out later. That's cool.
I also have my pronouns tattooed on me.
What is it? Oh, that's sweet.
Wait, what?
Totally gonna do that.
What's the tattoo? I
The
wanna,
pronouns.
My pronouns.
oh, that would be perfect.
You're like, just in case you forget.
Yes.
This is what I think.
Literally so helpful. Just like.
I'm also getting this is psoriasis tattooed on my
That's
wrist.
amazing. That's so cool. Yeah, I love that. Now, are you able to like balance and bring your hands overhead so we can see those, or we can perch you against the wall if that's easier?
Maybe something I'm perched against.
Not the fire.
Yeah, because I need stabilization.
Oh, you know what we can do? Actually, if you perch your bum on here.
Yeah.
So pop a little squat there. Perfect. And this is going to be mostly like waist up, just to let you know. So we're going to bring the hands up kind of like this.
Okay.
And then chin towards the window a little bit for me. Yeah. Perfect. And then let me see. Can I see your tattoos a little bit? Perfect. And get one at a time. Perfect. Beautiful. And now I'm going to get you to move your hands down, kind of feeling your face, feeling your neck, your body, loving on yourself a little. Beautiful. Chin up, up, up. Gorgeous. Now looking out the window again for me there. Beautiful. And actually, let's get the finger tattoos. So kind of like that. Yeah, beautiful. That's stunning. Chin down this way a bit. I love that. Profile pic. Beautiful. That's gorgeous. Awesome. So what I'm going to get you to do now, we're going to have you lay on the couch.
Okay.
So the best thing to do, if possible, is to lay with your head kind of on the, what do you call it? Armrest.
Okay.
And then on your back with your body this way, if that's comfortable for you. Beautiful. We're gonna take your right hand and just bring it into the hair here. Beautiful. And then chin this way. This hand again is just gonna kind of be tracing along, just like, oh, I just lay out like this, you know, like you do. And then tippy toes if you can. Yep, that's beautiful. Just as much as you can. Perfect. Chin up to the ceiling, eyes closed. And then moving that left hand up and down. Gorgeous. Perfect. Chin this way, a tickle. Mouth open just a smidge. Beautiful. I turn to a little Frenchman when I get
It's okay.
Just a tickle. Beautiful. Now look here. Oh, that's definitely my skirt. Beautiful. With the right hand now, you can still stay like that, but we're going to bring that hand down the side of the face. Yep, eyes closed. Beautiful. I'm like a block in your light. No. You're the star, not me. And then look up at me here. Gorgeous. Now chin down this way to tickle. Yes. Stay right there. Chin up, eyes closed. Beautiful. Now bring both hands and just trace down to the neckline. Yep, beautiful. Mouth open, chin up, up. Gorgeous. Stunning. Good job. Towards the window for me there. Gorgeous. Yes.
These are gonna look so great. I can just see it. This is, yeah, beautiful.
Feels like the best hype person ever.
I don't even mean to be. That's what I'm thinking. So I just
I'm
say
like, not
it.
even for them, I mean for me.
Oh, really?
Beautiful. Now just look this way a little bit. Yep, gorgeous. Take your right hand now just kind of into the hair a little bit down below, like kind of playing with the hair. Beautiful. Gorgeous. And hang tight there. Now I'm going to shoot into the mirror. So let me see where I can see ya. Perfect. So you're what?
A mirror game.
Yeah. Why have one when you can have two? All right. I do need to move this plant though because it's basically blocking all of you. I just see your head popping up. All right, there we go. Perfect. So take this, use your right hand to balance on the top. Your left hand's gonna come up the thigh a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. Looking straight ahead. Yeah, beautiful. That's gorgeous. And then dragging the hand around the body, kind of pulling at the neckline of the bodysuit, as one does. Beautiful. That's so amazing. Gorgeous. Good job. All right, perfect. You can come on off the tub. Do you need your cane?
No, okay.
All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a booty shot, a butt shot.
I'm like, so what shot?
Booty, but not a booby. YouTube doesn't like that, so we have to be cautious.
They let butts?
What?
They let butts happen?
Well, I mean, with the bodysuits on,
Okay.
it's kind of covered. So I'm gonna get you to turn and face the window. If you want, you can come close to here so you can like at least kind of balance your foot on there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or your leg, so that way you don't tip over. We're gonna arch our bum back just as much as you can. And similar to when we first started, whichever knee you wanna kind of pop to help kind of just push the bum up. Then what you're gonna do with your hands is just kind of feel yourself like one does. Part of the experience is just touching your bodies.
Yeah.
All right, so just kind of balance there. Yeah. Whichever way is easiest for you.
1 second.
Oh, no worries. If it's like too uncomfortable to do that, you can just like stand with your ankles together and then just kind of push your bum back towards me. Whatever's easiest.
Yeah, that's.
And then, that's good?
Yeah.
Stable?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So picking up the hair with your hands. Beautiful. And then pick it all up. Beautiful. Then you're going to slowly let it fall. Beautiful. Then move your hands down your body. Feeling yourself. Feeling those hips. Beautiful. Looking down to this shoulder here. Your left elbows back as much as you can. Beautiful. That's so gorgeous. Good job.